Hey everyone, just wanted to let you know the Twin Cities market update here. One of the biggest questions we're getting from so many people right now is, what is the housing market doing? And are we closing in on, the high end of the market? Do we think there's a crash coming that's out there? And just wanted to chat with you a little bit about that and quickly give you an update. Our most recent set of numbers that we took a look at here was back from earlier on Monday here this week on May 17th of 21. So in our Twin Cities 11 county metro that we had here, we had 2003 for new listings that was out there. That was up 7% from last week that we were looking at, and 1690 of those homes went under contract to the pending status that was there. So that was up about 3% from the week before as well. So closings went down just a little bit. That tends to fluctuate on us. That's out there. And wanted to talk about the housing market here, because it is so hot and people are kind of wondering what does that look like for us. So, if you just take a look at the housing market, yes, prices are rapidly appreciating, and we're going to look at some numbers real quick here, just on our bigger general 13 county numbers that we've got. So if we're just taking a look at where things are in the market right now, average sales price last year was sitting at about 333,723. This year, it went all the way up to just a little over 365,000. That's a 9.4% increase in prices that's out there. So we're seeing that for a couple different reasons. Inventory's kind of been the biggest thing that's out there. Inventory's gone down just a little bit from last year to this year, just about 900 less homes on the market that's there. But the big thing that's happened is we've actually seen an increase in the amount of closed sales that's there. We're up just about 5,000 properties that have closed on top of this year compared to last year that was out there. So that's been a real big driver that's out there. Interest rates are still really low. That's another big reason that it's there. And, one of the scenarios that's happening that we're starting to see in a lot of markets right now in the Twin Cities here is the new construction, right? That's starting to be very expensive. The price of lumber's up, almost 78% right now at this time compared to what it was last year that was out there. It's not that scary of a number really that's out there, but it is causing new construction to be just a little bit more expensive than it was last year. But when you take a look at new construction, let's just say that somebody's looking to buy a new construction and the property is going to be somewhere around, like 500,000 of the new construction that they're going to purchase. And let's just say that the existing inventory that's, similar beds and bathrooms that's out there, maybe that home traditionally might only be selling for potentially like 400 and say 30,000, right? But with new construction being priced so high at 500,000 and not being readily available, we're starting to see that there's a lot of sellers here in the Twin Cities market that can actually press the prices up just a little bit higher, just because there isn't a whole lot of competition for them out there with the existing inventory that we have. So we're seeing sellers putting their prices at maybe even like 450 or even 475. And they are getting these numbers for their houses that's out there just because of the competition. But it's very good to chat with your realtor, kind of figure out exactly what you should be pricing at compared to the market that's out there. We like to take a look at this from a little bit bigger perspective and really help our sellers figure out what that best right starting price point is going to be to make sure that we can sell it for the most amount of money for them. So, but do just want to talk about the, what's going on with the market too. And if I think there's going to be a crash, certainly not an economist or anything like that. I do have a master's degree in real estate though. So I really like to kind of take a look from a few different angles on what I think the market's going to do that's out here. So, just taking a look at inventory, like we talked about, it's at probably some of the lowest amounts of inventory that we can have. And when you just naturally take a look at supply being down and demand remaining constant or actually going up a little bit from last year, that's another reason why we're seeing these big jumps in prices that are out there. But, if you historically go back and you take a look at, what was the demand for housing back in, say, even the 1990s or the early 2000s, it was higher than it is right now. So, that's a super good thing to be able to see right now of being a healthy market. We're not seeing quite as much demand as we did historically before the last time we had a pretty red hot market that was out there. So, interest rates as well, super affordable right now, right? If you just take a look back, even at say 2006, interest rates were floating around that 6.5% range on average that was out there. So now rates are floating around that 3%, which is making homes pretty affordable still, even with these big increases in prices from that early 2000s mark compared to 2021 that we're in here. So super important to take a look at that as well. And then, like we spoke about before, the lag in new construction that's out there is certainly causing people to be able to, as sellers, being able to sell their homes for more if that's out there on the market. So a lot of economists are saying, that the Fed is kind of projecting to keep their interest rates low. So we certainly see that staying that way through 2021. We'll probably, a lot of people are kind of saying, economists that are out there, and you can do some research yourself on this, but a lot of them are saying that rates might stay low all the way through 2023 even. So we don't think there's going to be as much appreciation next year in 2022. We think that some of that new construction is going to catch up and give us a little bit more supply, and some of those sellers that were sitting on the sideline, we think that we'll see their homes come into the market as well. So we do expect more appreciation next year as well. That's out there, but a super good market either way that you look at it. Very good to be a seller. Great to be on the buy side right now too, especially if you get a property at these lower interest rates that are there. So if you have any questions on the market, we'd love to chat with you. If you want to see a video on something different, feel free to drop a comment down below. Happy to chat about that too. And anything you got for us, we're happy to hear and happy to help any way that we can. So hope you have a great rest of the day.